my ascension symptoms or awakening symptoms. Let's talk about it. When you are starting to ascend or awaken, you can often expect your sleep patterns to be quite disrupted in the way that you just don't need any sleep. You find it very difficult to sleep for a long period of time. You can be waking up all through the night and you can run on very little sleep, or you are just sleeping and you're absolutely shattered even when you have been asleep for hours. You can often wake and feel like you've been so busy in the night, running around in your dreams like you've been really busy, and that's probably because you were, because when we go to sleep, you know, we astral project and we're all over the place. We're in different realms and we're meeting up with different beings and people and playing out different scenarios. So that's why you're tired. So yes, everybody will experience that differently, but there are some symptoms or signs that you're ascending. When you start to be able to remember your dreams as well, this is quite a big sign, because oftentimes during the ascension process you're remembering things for a reason, because that's a way of other dimensions communicating with you. Now, not all dreams are relevant, because some are just a mishmash of things you've experienced in the day, but you will know the difference. You know, I've had dreams where past loved ones have visited me. You know the difference of a soul visiting you to seeing people in dreams very vividly, picture perfect faces. You could pick them out and you saw them so clearly, but you have no idea who they are. You will know the difference between these sorts of dreams. And then just an awful nightmare because you watched some really stupid, scary film before bed and you had a nightmare. So that isn't an ascension. The next one, which was a big one for me, and these won't all happen at once. For some they will, but they can happen gradually over time. Mine was my diet. The more I started to ascend and become a clearer channel for my energy healing and my psychic mediumship, my diet, really wanted to change my diet. And it started off quite naturally by drinking more water, being more aware of ingredients in certain foods from the supermarket, processed foods, having more herbal teas, to eating a lot more fruit and vegetables, to cutting out meat, to cutting out dairy. A lot of people will tell you that as well when they start to ascend, become a clearer channel, to be more mindful. They're no longer able to eat animals because your frequency changes, your vibration changes, you see them as one. Yeah, things change, and that's not for everybody. I'm just talking about mine and what you might notice. But wanting to eat fresh fruit and veg as well, that's a big one. Really nourishing yourself with minerals and certain things that are in the fruit and vegetables. Seeking out purer, cleaner vitamins as well. This is another big one, because unfortunately the quality of our soil now, the way crops are grown, sprayed with pesticides, please don't be scared. I'm not saying this to frighten you, I'm just making you aware. We don't get all the nutrients from the soil and these things that are grown from the ground that we would have done years ago. So you can combat that by always trying to buy organic, because they have less pesticides and things sprayed onto them. Supporting local, farmers markets. You may have a really great fruit and vegetable shop. Rather than buying from the supermarket, you can normally get the quality of the vegetables and the fruit is far more superior. It's like when you go abroad and you get an orange, you buy some oranges and they taste like the sun, because they've probably just been picked off the local guy's orange tree. Receiving messages or inclinations, intuition, so knowing things without knowing how you know them. So these are very similar. This all ties into having spiritual downloads, the sun's rays, because that's encoded with light codes. So it's you knowing something without knowing how you know it, And at that simplest level, that is your intuition. Everybody has intuition, but most people have turned it off, or they're not aware of it anymore because they're bombarded by their telephones, social media, everything else that's constantly on the phone and they're constantly glued to. So then they're not aware of themselves and their inner feelings and thoughts. It's like they're running on autopilot and they're told how they think and feel. Whereas somebody that's had an awakening knows, they can feel when something's not right. They call it a gut feeling. That stems to your intuition, and all these other things, just inner knowings. Sometimes you can feel it in your heart as well. You know, they say heart over your head or head over your heart. Never the latter for me. Listen to your heart. Yes, that's that inner knowing. Being aware of animals and nature and noticing things, just being more aware of what's going on around you. So that could be you walking down the street and you've noticed this big beautiful tree that has probably been there years, but you've never noticed it before. You might notice these little birds singing their songs in the trees. You might be on your lunch at work and a little bird lands nearby and you notice it, and that isn't something you would normally have picked up on. The colours of flowers, or a beautiful plant, a flower. Noticing the natural world, wanting to be drawn to go for walks, feeling the need to be out in the countryside, feeling the need to immerse yourself in nature, because this heals you. And I'll do another video on this, but that's another sign of awakening, needing to be closer to the earth, and that could be the water as well, lakes, rivers, the sea, needing to be nourished by the plants, the water, the animals, the natural elements of the earth. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this short video. Visit my channel for more videos like this, and I will make another video more in depth about being aware of your surroundings. Okay, sending you lots of love and light and healing energy. I love you all. See you soon.